as expected, it's 1 week to the end of the year, so very subdued activities on the JSE and internationally, but we have seen commodities perform really well. Why is that?
We have, and platinum was moving, gold was moving, oil especially, oil up above 91 just before I checked a little while ago. And it's just investors looking where to put their money, particularly with your oil. I think there's worries perhaps around the Korea story there, and where that's going to, if Korea goes down, not so much that they have anything to do with oil, but just a general concern around it. And I think that also helped the coming through in terms of the gold price. Again, gold with a bit of risk aversion, although gold is kind of stuck in that 1380 odd level.
Why is that? I mean, it's not crashing through the resistance of 1,400, a safe haven buy, and now with tensions in Korea, you'd expect that more people would be flying into the dollar as a safe haven buy. They're doing so, but it's not pushing up the price to this level.
Yeah, I mean, I think two things with gold. One is it's 35% up year to date in US dollar terms. That's a phenomenal return for any asset class over there. Not many. There are some that did better, platinum, palladium, silver, but not many did better. And what we see with gold, I remember when the whole world was collapsing in September 2008 and gold was going down at the same time. Yeah. That relationship is much broader than one anticipates. So we have crisis. Sometimes it'll respond immediately. Generally, it's just that trend is there. Right. It pushed through 1360 odd very strong. Went to 1420, come back, and seems to look like it's settling around that high 1300s. A lot of folks have said it could even have gone back to, some people saying as low as 1200 odd, but it seems to be comfortable where it is.
Let's talk about company news. Big deal for Sasol, 7.1 billion rands into the shale assets that belong to Talisman. A partnership 50-50, is that the way to go?
Partnerships certainly work in many cases. It's an area where Sasol simply doesn't have expertise. They will get, they can buy, and in essence they are buying by doing a 50-50 deal. Broadly, I like the idea around the deal. There's issues around it. I mean, there's environmental issues with that process of mining altogether, and I think those haven't been properly quantified and really worked through yet. A different area of the market to get into, and part of their expansion, they move forward.
In terms of Sasol being a buy at this stage, I mean, they're now getting acquisitions in Nigeria and Qatar, in Iran, moving into the gas space. That is the future in terms of renewables, as you're talking to us about that, but a heavy investment in technology. Are they going to bleed cash before they make money?
They have been, but on the flip side, they are hugely cash generative. I mean, the oil price at current levels at $90 a barrel, they're just a printing press. It's like, the Reserve Bank probably will struggle to catch up. So they are going into it, and they're going in for two reasons, well, three. One is geographic dispersion. Dispersion. Two is, as you said, the more renewable, the cleaner energy, and three, that their gas is also an input into their liquid fuel plants, where the output is then oil. And then Qatar, they're putting up a plant there. They're doing this, talking to the Canadians. So really, I think they're saying, let's take this and let's make it global rather than just a little Sasol.
Other news to come in today: a new CEO for MTN. We've been awaiting this news for the better part of 6 months. Sfiso Dabengwa, a good choice, do you think?
I think yes. I like internal choices. He's been the chief operating officer, so he knows the business. He's been there 14 years, if memory serves correct, so he's very intimate with it. And you're always worried. We're seeing a lot of senior management leaving who've been there since the beginning of '94, cashing in their chips and exiting. And fresh out. I'm not knocking them forward, but then you think, well, who's coming in and what's the strategy? An internal CEO, I think it's a good move for MTN. I think it's going to make the market happy.
In 30 seconds, Lazarus Zim resigning from the Anglo-American board to start a steel company. Lots of opportunity at this stage because the government's reviewing pricing around iron ore, trying to get better deals for new steel makers. Do you read more into that?
I do. He was sitting both sides of the fence. Imperial Crown Mining, or the Crown Mining people, that whole Arsenal Metal debacle. He's picked his side. I suppose at least he picked a side rather than trying to straddle the fence.